we are off to another country. Vroom, vroom. It's the tagline for 2024. Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me. I'm excited because I just finally had a Natasha Denona package show up at my door. I bought the Mini Dream palette and also the My Mini Dream Glow blush. I have a couple other new products. I just got the Lawless Beauty, the Forget the Filler gloss in the new Cherry Vanilla. And then I've been doing a lip combo that I really love with that. I am going to be doing my makeup while I share with you the next Samsquad trip that we are going to be doing. 2024 is the year of travel, and I'm so excited that I get to do it with some of you. I'm recently back from Ireland. I'm getting ready to host a weekend in Las Vegas, and now we're going, well, let me get you zoomed in and we'll get started. Very welcome. So I am so excited to do this get ready with me. A couple new makeup products. The Natasha Denona I ordered when I was coming home from my Ireland trip on January 5th, and today's date is the 16th. That's a long time. I don't know what happened. Like, my tracking at one point kept telling me, like, it gave me like a date it was coming, and then all of a sudden it was just like, we'll let you know. We'll just let you know when it's gonna come. I was like, okay. Use my Nars Soft Matte Concealer. I, of course, will link everything that I'm using in the description box, but I was talking in my last Get Ready With Me of how I consumed an insane amount of sugar while I was in Ireland, so my skin is not the most pleased with me at the moment, but you know, that's fine. Everything's okay. So when I use my Nars Soft Matte Concealer, I just kind of tap it on my skin like this, and then I don't really blend it out. I then just go in with my foundation. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator today. I brought this to Ireland with me. I did do a video of everything that I brought in my makeup bag, and then I do also have the 2.5 hour long video that a lot of you seem to be loving of all of the 12 women that came on the Ireland trip. They shared what they brought in their makeup bags, so I will link that one, and then I did one separately just for what I brought. But I had brought the Wet n Wild, but I mostly just used my Fenty Beauty foundation stick. So I had the Wet n Wild still sitting out, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use that. I don't have a lot left in here. Like, I'm having to like shake it up and really squeeze it. It would be exciting to use it up. I definitely need to do a new empties video because I've been using up quite a few products recently. I'm just using a Sigma foundation brush to blend that out, but I have quite a few videos up on my Ireland trip. I have 2 different vlogs. I have all of the women doing their makeup bags. I have me doing my makeup bags. I have a bunch of different shorts of different places that we visited, and we were there over New Year's, so I have like a New Year's. I have like a little 60-second vlog of all the different things that we did. So a lot of Ireland content is up, and that was the first time that I was really hosting a group travel trip like that. I did one Vegas retreat last year as well, and I was working with a company here. Kind of at last minute, it ended up being like just a me thing, which was unexpected. There was quite a few other Vegas influencers that were a part of it, but it ended up just being people that had come in because I had shared about it. So it was very last minute that I ended up like being the host of it and being in charge of it. So I didn't really like plan any of that either, because I didn't really even know until like a couple weeks out that it was just going to be, you know, some of the Samsquad coming in. So I was super excited for it, but this time around when I do the Vegas retreat, it's all me doing it. It's all me like planning everything and booking everything and getting everything set together. So that trip is full. We have 14 women coming from all over the US, so I'm so excited to welcome them in March and just spend a weekend here and go to a show and go to a spa and just hang out and make memories. You know, every woman that signed up for that trip said the main reason that they're doing it is to be able to connect with other people, make new friendships, make good memories, and so I'm really excited about that. And then I had mentioned in a past video as well that I was working on another international trip. So I'm going to use the Natasha Denona concealer since we have quite a bit of Natasha that we are using today. I had mentioned wanting to do another international trip, and if I could do like one international trip a year, you know, how exciting that would be. I love travel. If you haven't heard me talk about travel enough, it's just one of my favorite things. In my last Get Ready With Me, I talked about how I used to read my grandma's encyclopedias and learn all about the different states, and then I would quiz myself, and I had puzzles about the different states, and I went on to be a travel major in college. I worked in event planning. I worked as a travel agent at one point. So travel has definitely always been a passion of mine, and it feels very exciting in 2024 that it's something that I really get to go after like full force. You know, unfortunately it comes because my dog passed away in October. You know, when I had Aries, I wouldn't travel this much. I wouldn't be doing this many trips. I wouldn't be going away for as long as I have been. You know, I did Ireland for 10 days. Like, I never would have left my dog for 10 days. Of course, you know, there's ways to look at silver linings of situations, and if there's one thing that I'm going to hold on to, it's that I love to travel and I have the freedom to be able to do it now. I know Aries would be like, girl, if you are just sitting there, like, she would be giving me that look, like, she would do this thing sometimes, like, she would look over her shoulder like this. Just like judging you so hard. Like, that's what she would be doing if I just took this year and I just sat here and I felt bad for myself. I can just see Aries looking down at me like, are you joking? So we're getting out there. We are traveling in 2024. Use the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I've been using this pencil quite a bit lately. It's been a favorite of mine for many years, but I just got a refill of my 2.5 shade and I've been using this one quite a bit. But it's funny because I was actually just at an appointment. I go to the LV Med Perfection spa each month, and I get like the cellulite treatment on the backs of my legs. I've always struggled with cellulite since I was a young girl. I've just always had, you know, cellulite on the back of my legs. I'm going to this LV Med spa every month for some treatments. And so the last time I went, I was getting ready to go to Ireland. Today she was like, you know, how was your trip? And I was telling her about it, and then I was telling her about the next trip, and I was telling her about Vegas. And she was like, and then I was talking about my birthday trip, and she was like, okay, wait. Okay, January you went to Ireland. February, like, what are you doing? March, what are you doing? Okay, April you're going to New Orleans. Okay, May you have Barbados. Like, we're like going through my whole travel schedule. And she was like, girl, there's only 4 months out of this year that you don't have a trip planned. And I was like, I know. I love it. And that just, it just makes me so excited that that is the reality of my life right now. Like, I like truly can't believe it. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm shook. I'm shooketh. I'm all the things. But this year, just like looking over my travel schedule, I'm pumped. And I'm also pumped that there's multiple trips that I get to do with my online community, because obviously my online community is a huge part of really changing my entire life. You know, I've talked about this in past videos as well, but I don't know if it wasn't for the support of my online community, and also just like putting myself out there anyways when it comes to being online, and kind of the way that doing this career really pushes you. Like, it really does. Like, it you know, it's kind of one of those things. It can feel a little like keeping up with the Joneses sometimes, and you can struggle with imposter syndrome, and you can struggle with comparison. But definitely one thing that it does make you do is it makes you push yourself. You can't really, in my opinion, and for me, my experience, I guess, is what I'm saying, I just don't really feel like I can have that time to like kick back and be like, yeah, whatever, like, we'll just like see what happens. Like, I feel like this is a career that you always have to be pushing. You always have to be on top of things. You always have to be, I mean, it can be, there's a downfall to it too, because it definitely plays into like the hustle culture as well. And I think that's something that I can definitely kind of struggle with. I also don't know if I would be still working my job at the hospital that I didn't love and I wasn't passionate about, and I didn't wake up every day like excited to go to work. Like, I don't know if I do know that I wouldn't have the life that I have now, because I would have become just very complacent and not open to change, not open to learning how to push myself more, not learning how it feels to be uncomfortable sometimes and do uncomfortable things and try new things. If it wasn't for this career, and if it wasn't for so many of you, I wouldn't be having the year that I'm about to have in 2024. It's something that I'm always just super appreciative of. So I'm excited to travel with you. Okay, so with all that said, I know some of you are wondering where we were going. If you're a member, or if you went to Ireland, or if you're in my Facebook group, you already know, because I did put it out early to some of those in the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer today. And this is what was most voted on by you all. I actually did not pick this destination. This was truly the most voted on by everyone in the community, and it was Greece. hold on, I just went to Google how to pronounce where Heraclian Greece. I keep having to Google the pronunciation. Heraclian. Heraclian Greece. I am wickedly excited. So I am working with a tour company for this one. It is a different tour company than I worked with in Ireland. Vegas I am doing on my own. I'm not working with anyone for that, but I do live here. So I feel a little bit more confident in being able to plan just a weekend in my own city, you know. But for Greece, I am working with another tour company, and how they kind of work with influencers is they have us first send out a survey to our community, and people get to vote on where they want to go, how long they want to go for. They can also share like what their budget is and different things like that. So when I did it, the most voted on was Greece by like literally like 2%. It was Greece and Italy. They were tied for a long time. They would flip-flop back and forth, and then at the very end, Greece ended up winning out. So I was really excited to see that, because Greece has always been at the top of my list, but it's also been kind of one of those locations of like, I don't think I'll actually ever be able to realistically get there, right? And I've talked about this before of like having a scarcity mindset, and I definitely still fall into that a lot. And I am someone who, you know, I've stated before, and if you've been following my journey for any number of years, like I've never been like well off. I've had to work really hard and work multiple jobs and hustle as hard as I can to get everything that I can in my life. I was never someone who had my family wasn't taking like extravagant trips every year, or even just trips every year in general. You know, different things like that. And I talked about in my last Get Ready With Me about how when I got married young and got married in Iowa, I kind of knew that I was giving up my love of travel, which again, I've had since a child, since I was reading those encyclopedias. I knew that I was giving up that life. And I think at that point, you know, I married at 25, like I was like, that just is what it is for me. Like that life is never gonna happen. You know, you gotta say goodbye to it. So sometimes I still get in my head a little bit like, oh wait, I can make this happen. I'm a really firm believer in you can do whatever you want to do. I randomly was just talking to my nail tech about this because she wants to make some big changes in her life, and I was like, I'm just a really firm believer in today's day of age of like, you can really go after what you want to go after. And that's something that like I do have to sit and remind myself sometimes when I think like, oh, I'll never go to Greece, right? I'm like, wait, well, why? Like, you know, why can't you go to some of these locations that you say that you've always wanted to go to and that are on your bucket list? So definitely when I saw Greece was the most chosen, I had a little moment just because like, okay, just because I was so excited. Honestly, would have been Greece or Italy, it wouldn't have mattered. Like both of those would have made me cry. And both of those would have made me overwhelmed because they're two places I want to go to so much. And to just feel like your community voted on those out of so many places. There was so many places that could have been voted on. To have it be, especially like the top 2 locations that I've wanted to go to so badly, it just felt like, you know, it's kind of one of those, like you feel like in the right place at the right time kind of moments. And that's how that made me feel. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we can actually do this. Like we can make this happen. I don't know how to explain it other than to say like it was very overwhelming to see that. And like when I got the call from the tour company of like, okay, we can go forward and we can really do Greece, like what dates, like all these things, you can choose an itinerary. I was like, wait, I need a second to I need a second to process that I get to do this. So like that's really overwhelming to me. And I think I'm someone who, with any like opportunity that comes my way, I very much try to have those moments of like reflection and processing and being grateful for them. I talked about like the time in Ireland where I went off by myself when we were at one of the ruins and like had a moment of like stop and understand where you are right now. Not just physically, but like where you are in your life. Camera battery died, but I think I was saying like, I think I was gonna talk about like back in 2009, it was really weird to start a blog and no one knew what I was doing and people were like judging me and all these things, but like sticking with it, like this is the longest I've ever had any of my jobs, you know what I mean? Like sticking with it and not giving up and continuing to be my own biggest cheerleader has given me a life that I just so appreciate and that I'm super grateful for, and that I do get to wake up every day and be excited for it. And that's I know something that not a lot of people can say, so it's something to be extremely, extremely grateful for. So all that to say, I see Greece come through. I start planning the trip with the tour company, and I'm just like so overwhelmed and just wickedly excited to do this trip. I'm gonna use the Natasha Denona My Mini Dream palette, a 5-pan palette. I purchased it from the Natasha Denona website. I am an affiliate with Natasha Denona. My discount code is SAMANTHAMARCH. I, of course, will also have all of this linked in my description box, like I said. But even though I am an affiliate, we don't get PR, so I ordered it myself. And I didn't order it the day it came out because I was going to be in Ireland when it got delivered to me. So I ordered it the day that I was coming home. I should have ordered it sooner, but I was in Ireland, I was busy. So I ordered it the day that I was coming home, but I wish I hadn't taken so long to get to me. I was gonna do an eye swatching video. I mean, it was just gonna be the 5 shades, but now I'm just like, I'm gonna put it in and get ready with me, and I'll probably do like a short where I do another eye look as well, and I'll put it up as the YouTube short, but this is what we're gonna do for now. I'm gonna grab this light matte brown here. But I was really excited when I saw this. I do like the mini palettes from Natasha. I am typically more into her midi size palettes, which are a little bit larger. And I have actually decluttered the My Dream palette. I passed it on to a friend of mine who I know that she would get so much more use out of it than me. So I sent it off to her, and I hope that she loves it. But I don't know, I saw the mini and I was like, I'm kind of into this one. So I really wanted to grab it and try it out. And I feel like with today's look, I feel like I can probably use all 5 shades in the palette, but we're gonna start off with this matte brown. Also, Natasha Denona is, I should have a Will I Buy It that's already up by now too. Like, Natasha's just destroying my low buy for 2024. I've had some questions if I'm doing a low buy, and I am, especially with how much traveling I'm doing. I don't want anyone to think I'm just like, all these trips and stuff that I'm doing are for free. They're not. There's a lot of things that I'm paying for as well. So, you know, with as much traveling that I'm doing this year, I am definitely still going to be doing my makeup low buy. I think I did really well in 2023, and I'm definitely going to continue that into 2024. To me, I would rather have memories than makeup. I would rather have memories than most materialistic things. Clothes, shoes, bags, designer stuff, jewelry. That's just kind of how I've always been. I'm someone who, like, I love to gift like concert tickets and game tickets and like do things with the people in my life versus like giving them something physical. I mean, even like a book. Like, I mean, I would rather like take you to a game than give you a book, even if you're a big reader. Maybe keeping up the low buy trend in 2024 so I can do as much traveling as I possibly can this year. I'm gonna take that darkest brown and put this on the outer part of my eye using a Rephr 13 brush. This palette definitely caught my attention, and I will say I feel like the blush actually caught my... This is my face realizing I didn't use the blush. Why do I do that? Oh my... Why? It was in front of me this whole time. We're gonna use the blush as well. What in the world was I thinking? And I literally had to open a drawer and pull a blush out, and I was thinking, Samantha, you didn't pull a blush out? This is what happens. I literally sit down to film and I just forget everything that I'm doing. I do this so often. I literally just forget about everything that I'm doing, and I'm so excited to just sit down and talk. I forget half my freaking mind. Oh my god. We're going to use the blush, but the star of the show today is going to be the eyeshadow palette. I just can't wait to see how many people in the comments are like, Samantha, what blush are you using? Welcome to my life. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna say the blush is what actually kind of intrigued me the most from the collection. You wouldn't know it from this video, but it is. But the eyeshadow palette definitely intrigued me, and a lot of Natasha palettes I do decide to grab unless they're really, really not something that I'm interested in. I'm typically grabbing a Natasha Denona palette. And again, the midis are a little bit cheaper. What are they now, like $29? And I have the discount code and all of that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab both of them. And I have to say, Natasha is my favorite eyeshadow formula. I feel like this is blending so smoothly. That is looking good with that dark shade. And then I'm gonna come in with that lightest matte and then just blend all of that like a little bit above the crease. Ooh, she is looking cute. So we are going to Greece. I will have the link in my description box, of course, if you are interested in booking the trip. I will be doing an Instagram group chat as well. This is something we did for Ireland. This is something that we did to Vegas. If you are interested in coming along, but you maybe want to ask me, you know, some more questions, you want to see who else is coming on the trip. At the time that I'm filming, I believe we have 6 spots already filled. I am super excited about. So if you want to meet other people that are going, I know there's options to do double occupancy if you would want to be sharing a room with someone. It is going to be for 6 days in Greece. So if you did want the option to share a room with someone, you could maybe chat with the group in there, see who all is going. And we can also talk because there is some free time in the schedule. The itinerary is on there. I did schedule a time to do yoga with me in the morning. You guys know I love yoga. I just wanted one morning to just like go through a quick yoga flow is all. And then there's also time I did filming with me. If anyone wants to film with me, what's in my makeup bag, we can definitely do that. But we can also talk about any other activities that we want to do together as well in that Instagram group chat. So if you want to join, you can always just DM me on Instagram at MarchBeautyWord or comment on any of like my recent posts so I see it, and then I can just click your username and I can add you right to the group chat. Oh, this is a very random interlude in this video, but I'm getting my car detailed today, and like the guys just came, so I went down to like give them my keys and stuff. But it's the first time I'm getting like my car cleaned since Aries passed away. Ooh, it's like the weird things that like, I don't know if you like don't necessarily think about when you lose a pet, but like after she passed, like every time I got my car, like, you know, there's so much like of her hair, and then like she has like her nose boops on the window. And I remember thinking like, well, first I like completely panicked. I was like, I need a new car. Like I was like, I need a whole new car. And I was thinking about, you know, getting it cleaned, but then I was like, I don't want to like get rid of her hair and her nose boops and all those things. But she passed in October, and I was like, Samantha, you really didn't clean your car. I have a friend coming in town this weekend, and I was like, your car's not looking great. I was like, it really is time to clean it, but like it just feels weird like walking away from my car. Like, I don't know, that's just like such a weird thing to be like sad over, but okay, I'm gonna layer some of the shimmers in the palette. So I'm first gonna start with the first shade here. Man, I tell you, it's just so strange. So I'm gonna start to apply this really kind of like all over the lid. I feel like this palette will be a really good just kind of like that like everyday basic palette. Like I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it every time and that sort of thing. That's what I really like about it. And I like the cool tones in here. I've definitely been gravitating towards the cool tones lately, and this shimmer is so beautiful. This is one of the cream to powders. It looks stunning. So like I was saying, the trip will be linked, and I will also have that Instagram group chat. The link will also show you the itinerary. So again, so it's going to be 6 days. There's going to be a welcome dinner. We will also be doing a like palace visit. There is a coastal cruise. There is a winery stop. Like I said, there's going to be yoga with me, and also filming time with me. There will be time for shopping. Like the last full day is pretty much a free day. So there will be time to like go in and do some shopping, because I know there's really good shopping there as well. I did get quite a bit of fallout with that shade. I just want to point that out. So I'm just going to lightly dust that away. I know I'm going to get a tattoo in Greece and you know what I mean. I already know what I'm getting. I already have it planned. I just need to pick a spot for it. I'm so excited. But if anyone wants to get tattoos in Greece, because some of us got tattoos in Ireland, I will be doing that. It is on my bucket list. Every time I travel to like kind of a more special destination like this, I want to get a tattoo in remembrance. Again, I'm not a big like shopper and things like that. I feel like a tattoo just kind of fits a little bit more. Like that's kind of like my memory. Like I have my crown tattoo that I got in Austin when I was visiting Angie right after Aries passed away. I have a 4-leaf clover behind my ear that I got in Ireland. I'm also part Irish. And I just think it would be really fun to do that. I got to travel as my first tattoo that's on my foot. I was visiting my family who were stationed, you know, for the army at the time, so I kind of like kicked everything off. And a lot of my tattoos, most of them have been local, but a lot of them also have some sort of like significant memory as well. I don't know, if you want a video like on my tattoos, let me know, because each one has a story. Like, there's not one that is just like, oh, I just got that. Like, you know, every single one has a story with it. So then I'm gonna go ahead and use this middle shade, and I'm gonna tap this kind of right in the center of my eye. And I'm also gonna use this shade as a brow bone and inner corner highlight. But this is the look that I could see myself doing all the time. Like, I could use that dark brown shade as liner. I've been doing a lot of liner looks recently. Another quick blend, but this to me just seems like it could be a very like quick, simple, I just want something, again, like it's not gonna play with me. I know what I wanna do, how I wanna do it. This is my first time using the palette, so this is just first thoughts. But first thoughts are, I'm into it. I decided I was not gonna do liner, but now I decided that I want to. So I'm just gonna use my Sigma liner brush, take a little bit of that darkest brown, and just do a very small little wing on the corner here. And I like using it with liner because it's easy to brush away, but I've been doing liner in so many looks. That's why I was like trying not to do it, because I've been doing it so often, but it's what I'm into right now. You know, maybe in a couple months I'll be like, liner? No, absolutely not. But right now, that's what we want to do. I am also going to be doing some Zoom calls. That's something that I like to do as well. We did it with Ireland. I actually, at the time that I'm filming, I have our first Zoom call with Vegas tomorrow. And that way, it's a way for, you know, some people to be able to see each other in person, you know, start to put a face to a name and all of those things. I came in holding 2 brushes. Where is this brush one? I don't know, but we'll just use this one. So I'm just gonna do that inner corner. So I put things on my desk, and it's like the Bermuda Triangle. Like, you don't know where anything goes. You all of a sudden can't see anything. Like the brand new blush that I just purchased, and I've been so excited to use. But you know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. So we will be doing some Zoom calls, and for anyone that can't make the Zoom calls, I do always record them so I can send you the recordings. But with Ireland, we were like helping each other pack, and you know, like obviously like meeting each other, but then we were just starting to give like suggestions and advice to one another as well. And I just felt like it was really helpful to have those. So we will be definitely planning those. I don't even know if I've said the dates. It's October 10th through the 15th, so there's definitely a lot of time. I wanted to try to give as much time as I could, but October was also the most voted on month. No, that's a lie. I'm sorry. September. September was the most voted on month, but I do have a trip in September. I run Creators and Friends events, and we do have a trip in September, so those are always like really crazy times for me. So I wasn't going to be able to make September work. The next, and it was like, again, it was like a 2% difference. The next month was October. So that's why I decided to go with October. And then kind of randomly, but speaking of Aries, I decided to do the 10th through the 15th because that falls over her death date. So I'm like, have something to look forward to over that date as well. And that way, like, I don't have to like be here or be in my car or, you know, like I think it'll be a nice distraction. So when it was like I can pick any dates in October, I was like, I don't know. So that's kind of how I decided to do that. So yeah, the dates are October 10th through 15th. I've already forgotten the pronunciation, so that link will be down there. I do have early bird pricing, which might be sold out by the time this video goes live. There is the early bird pricing, which is $26.99, and then the regular price, once that is sold out, is $28.49. That includes the 6 days. There's the 3 activities included, and then the extra ones that I am doing on my own. There's also 5 breakfasts and 5 dinners. We will also have a host there from the tour company, and then we will also have a local guide that is taking us through everything as well. I'll be bringing goodie bags once again. So on the welcome dinner that I'm hosting, that's when I'll give everyone their goodie bags also. But that is what is included. The airport that you would be flying into is HER, and then you would handle your own flights. So however you want to book them, if you have a airline that you are like loyal to and all of that, you are free to book your own. And I know some people are already saying that they want to come in a few days earlier, some that are wanting to come with their husbands. or their partners, or stay a little bit later after the trip. So that gives you that kind of flexibility. That price is just what's included in this trip. And then, you know, whatever, like if you want to spend 2 weeks in Greece, like I might join you. I might. So that's what is included in that. And I think that is basically the gist of it. I mean, obviously if you have any questions, you can let me know. Go in with my Benefit Fan Fest on my lower lash line. Okay, I feel like I wasn't this I think I'm messed up over my freaking car now. And like, I knew that they were coming. I started filming literally at 2:45 and they said they'd be here at 3:15. And I think I'm just like so far in my head, like, but it's like, I don't have like, I can't like not film today. Like I have multiple other videos that I have to film after this. Like I have a schedule, like I can't, you know, like a lot of jobs, you don't get time off because you're sad. I'm gonna use the darkest brown. I'm gonna do that first on the lower lash line. And I'm just gonna lightly smudge that out with the lightest shade. I don't want to do anything like too dark and smoky for the lower lash line today. And then I will use my Benefit Fan Fest for mascara. Okay, so after mascara, that's the finished look. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the norm for me, but I like it. I think that it's beautiful. I like this palette. I was a little bit worried, like, you're just buying it like just because you're crazy. These are all colors that I like. And I just, again, because I decluttered the bigger My Dream, I was like, do I really need this? But this to me makes sense as a 5-pan. I think there's some palettes that make sense to be bigger and have a little bit more shade selection. Something like this kind of reminds me, this is like a mini nude 2.0. Like the cool tone side of it. I think that is probably why I like it so much. That's what it reminds me of, like those staple mattes for me, and then those beautiful shimmers. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of the mini My Dream, and I am excited for that. I am gonna do just like a little bit of blush on top, just a little bit, nothing crazy. Again, how do I put things in front of me and I can't see them? Okay, oh my god, I'm like, where did I put my blush brush? Load. So I'm just gonna do like just a little bit. I mean, I know I already did the Charlotte, so like this is really, there's no reason for this, but also that already looks beautiful. In my next Get Ready With Me, I promise I will use this. Also in my next short, I will use this as well. This is like, you can swirl and you have a little bit of highlight in there. Like I don't wear highlight on my own, on its own, so when I was thinking about this blush, like I kind of like that you have that little strip, because to me, I'm just gonna swirl it all together to get my blush. And I think that that's going to be really pretty. Oh, okay, I'm excited. So far, so good on my Natasha Denona purchases. We still have 2 more that are en route to me, the lip products, but I'm excited about this. Okay, I feel good, I feel good. For my lip combo, what I've been wearing recently is the Rare Beauty lip liner in Bold. So this is my more like little bit of a red lip liner. And then I'm using the Lawless Cherry Vanilla for Get the Filler Line Smoothing Lip Plumping Gloss. I love these glosses. I talk about them all the time. So they came out with some new shades. I got the queen sized version, which is a little bit bigger. I gave the regular size to Ada Ashley. So we have been twinning with our lip products this week, which has been so fun. But I did say I was trying to not just wear like brown nude lips this year, because I realized I haven't worn a red lip at all in 2023. Not one time. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. If brown nude lips are my comfort zone and what make me feel confident, what make me feel happy, then that's what I'm gonna do. But for this year, I'm like, let's try to switch it up a little bit. And then I got this in the mail and I was like, ooh. So I thought it would be fun to pair it with the red, because this comes out, it's a little bit more like pinkish, I would say, but still, like, we're trying different lip combos, okay? Can I open this? I can never open this lip pencil. Huh. I'm also going to like lightly fill them in since I'm just using a gloss. And then coming in with the Lawless gloss, and it smells good too. Okay, and then this is the finished look. I am really digging on this lip combo. I wasn't sure if I was gonna love it with the eye look, just because I was like, is it too much? When I've been doing this lip, I've really been doing like no eyeshadow, like keeping it very, very simple, like maybe a little bit of like liner, but I do like it with this lip look as well. And after that, that is everything for today's Get Ready With Me. I hope that you enjoyed it. This blush will never not make me laugh. But I really did enjoy the eyeshadow palette. I'm excited to use it more and to have it kind of be like a basic palette for me. I'm going to Nashville next weekend and I'm like, this might be something nice to bring. I think I'm just gonna bring like a carry-on bag since we're only there for the weekend. So far happy with my Natasha Denona purchases. I will have some more new makeup coming up as well. Again, everything for the Greece trip in October will be in my description box. You can join the Instagram group chat. I'm so excited to see some of you. Again, I know some of you have already booked and I'm just really looking forward to exploring Greece with you and having a relaxing vacation. I'm still so shook that I'm going to Greece, but I'm excited to see some of you. Thank you so much for giving me these opportunities and wanting to go to other countries with me. You know, someone commented on my Ireland video, Megan, who went to Ireland. She said, you know, she wouldn't just do these trips with just any YouTuber on the internet, and that really meant a lot to me, that people trust me and, you know, feel in a safe space with me and trust so much that they would do another country with me. That's a really big deal, and that's something that, you know, I need to keep in perspective, as well as how grateful I am for this entire community and how welcoming you are and how positive you are to so many other people in the comment section and all of that. It really just means a lot. So I'm excited for Greece. Thank you so much for watching this Get Ready With Me, and I'll see you in the next one.